Feather is a lending and borrowing platform. It is going to be on many blockchains, giving users access to thousands of assets. We allow people to lock up their crypto collateral and borrow against their crypto collateral. And we're importantly built on top of Morpho, which is long-standing infrastructure that continues to mature. Their smart contracts have, I think, 9+ audits at this point. It's one of the most condensed, smallest code bases in existence for lending and borrowing, which is very intentional. And from our perspective, it's actually really cool to be in a situation where we aren't building the smart contracts. I think more and more crypto is splitting into specialization. And so the security piece, we have so much peace of mind about the underlying plumbing, and that allows us to instead be extremely focused on distribution and creating structured financial products on top of this layer of just incredibly strong and trusted smart contracts. Morpho has over 10 billion in TVL. I like to say that it's going to be the first trillion in TVL protocol. I think it's probably worth talking about some of the properties of Morpho that really has brought the Feather team. Because you might say, oh, why don't you just go build your own thing? And it's like, there's some really distinct reasons why I think that era is maybe coming to a close.
Could you give us a user story here? Let's say that somebody has never even dipped their toes in crypto before, but they've got $8,000 that they want and need to earn on due to the nature of the world today and inflation and all of the things we know. They need to put that to work. What does Feather have for somebody like that? What's kind of like a raw base use case for someone in that situation, you think?
So we're going to be adding in fiat on-ramps. It's actually one of the highest priorities. So I'm going to assume that fiat on-ramps are part of the story. But it's our dream that anyone will be able to connect a bank account. Unfortunately, there's a mass migration from capital and banks to capital on blockchains, and this is kind of a necessary evil as people go from less freedom to more freedom, arguably less risk to more risk in some ways, but also more risk to less risk in other ways. But you would connect your bank account to a fiat on-ramp, purchase USDC with your dollars in one transaction, and then be able to deposit your USDC into, there's basically dozens of options for you. You can deposit into a vault managed by Gauntlet, a vault managed by Feather. There's all these basically structured financial products that people have entire risk engines behind to make your life as a user very simple. You deposit and you withdraw and you earn yield. That's it. That's the story. You don't need to be out there interacting with 40+ lending and borrowing market pairs. You don't need to be thinking about liquidity management. You don't need to be worried about liquidity shocks or oracle risk or price volatility. All of that is handled by, it's known as the curation layer. So you have the smart contract layer, and you have the curation layer, and then you have the interface layer, which is like the website by which you can interact with those two layers. So basically, dollars to USDC, USDC to a yield opportunity, and those yield opportunities right now are like anywhere from 8% all the way up to 15% from what I've seen. And if we do our job well, this user experience and the portfolio experience and the yield experience should feel incredibly simple. And one of the things that we also have on our roadmap, besides fiat on-ramps, will also be debit card issuance. It's becoming easier and easier for debit cards to interact with DeFi. It's just becoming a standard. Like if you're a DeFi platform, like Osmosis has it, Moonwell is another really nice Feather adjacent product that also has debit cards. And so in the ideal world, you're depositing $8,000, you're earning 10% yield, and you have a debit card tied to that lending position where you can go and spend your yield, or you can even take out loans. No paperwork, no credit rating. you can take out a loan against your collateral tied to your debit card. We will be supporting over 500 crypto wallets on day one, and we'll also be supporting a mobile experience from day one.